Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the look I filmed for you today. It is very Bubblegum princess-esque, and that's okay, because we like to be Bubblegum princesses. I'm actually probably going to call it like Bubblegum Princess, I don't know, some shit. I have been wanting to do a look like this for so long, I can't even tell you. This is my jam. I have used a range of different brands and products in this tutorial. I will list them all in the description box down below so you can check them out and maybe get some for yourself. If you want to learn how to create this look, please keep on watching. So the first shade I'm going to use is this one right here. This one is called Dizzy and it's by Illamasqua, and I'm taking that on a Zoeva 221 brush. This is just a Luxe soft crease brush, so nice and fluffy. So I'm going to start building up the crease and then pulling out the eyeshadow into that sort of cut crease winged effect. Do you guys love my choker? So cute! From Forever 21. So the next transition shade I'm going to use is this one right here. This one is called Can Can. It's a really nice sort of like electric lilac, and this one is also by Illamasqua. And I'm taking that on the exact same brush as I used for the first shade. And we're just going to go right at the top of where we laid the first shade. So once we have those two first transition shades laid down, we're going to take on the main shade. So I'm using this one here, it's called Savage, and it's from the, oh, I don't want to blind you. It's called Savage and it's from the Urban Decay Naked palette. The Urban Decay Naked palette is from the Urban Decay Electric palette. And I am taking that on a Zoeva 224 brush. So it's just a very small blending brush. And then I'm just going to take that right over the top of where we've laid those first shades, but keeping it more into the crease area. And then just to bring back that very lilac-y shade, I'm taking the Can Can shade on the previous brush. And I'm just going to run that along the edges. So now to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to use the same highlight that I used on my cheeks. And it was this one right here from the Anastasia, Beverly Hills and Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit, and this one is called Kitty Cat. And I'm just taking that on a flat shader brush. This one is unbranded, so I couldn't tell you where it's from. I'm just picking up a small amount of that product, tapping off the excess, and then running it right underneath the brow. And I'm focusing most of the product right here, right in the center of the arch. And then just going back in with that Zoeva 221 brush, just lightly around the edges to make sure it's still a nice soft blend. So now I'm going to cut out the crease, and I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. And I'm just using the brush that comes with the electric palette, and I'm using this very tiny flat end here. I'm just picking up some of that product, and then I'm going to really carefully sketch out my crease. So once I've finished cutting it out with concealer, I've just taken a clean brush and patted over the top to remove any excess product. Then I'm going to take this shade right here. So this one is called Sex. It's just a white eyeshadow, a white matte eyeshadow, and this is also by Illamasqua. And I'm taking that on a Zoeva 234 brush, which is just a flat shader brush. And I'm just going to start packing that on to the lid. And I'm taking the white eyeshadow all the way up into this wing shape. So now once we have the white shape put down, and now we're going to take this NYX Vivid Brights eyeliner. This is just a liquid eyeliner in the shade Speckles. And I'm just going to sketch out along the line of the crease. So next for the lid, I'm going to take this Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner, and this one is the shade Distortion. This is definitely my favourite shade of all of the glitter liners because it's like this green and pink iridescent clear princessy mermaidy thing. And I'm just going to take that all over the lid. And I'm applying it quite generously. And I'm also taking it up the wing as well. And then whilst that is still wet, I'm going to take my chunky glitter, and this one is Iridescent Pink Angel, and this is by Dust and Dance. So it's lots of different sizes of an iridescent pink glitter, very similar to the one that we've just used, but obviously chunky. And I'm just picking that up on a clean flat brush, and I'm pressing that over the top. And then I'm going back in with a little bit of the distortion glitter. And I'm just running that all the way along, like over the top of the chunky glitter that we just laid down. And this is going to help to just make sure it doesn't flake off or move around. So now whilst that is drying, I'm just going to take this black eyeliner from Marc Jacobs, and I'm just going to tight line my upper waterline. And then I'm also just going to create a line across my top lash line with the tattoo liner, and this is just going to be for our lashes to sit on. So now I'm just going to apply some mascara to my top lashes, and I'm using the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. And for my lashes, I'm going to be using Lily Lashes in the style Sydney. So these are just really fluffy mink ones, and they are winged out. So they're perfect for this look, so they're not too sort of rounded off. So now that my lashes are on, I'm going to do my lower lash line. So first I'm going to line my waterline with this crayon, and this is by Illamasqua in the shade Fly. So it's just like a really like luminous bright pink, and it's like a chunky crayon like this. You can use this on your eyes, cheeks or lips. The one thing I will say is very matte, so I wouldn't use it on your cheeks or lips just because it's not going to spread nicely, and also it stains. So you know, I'm gonna have a stained waterline tomorrow. And then I'm gonna take that Zoeva 224 brush again and the Savage shade, and I'm just gonna run that all the way along my lash line. I'm also gonna take a little bit of that shade, and I'm gonna really lightly dust it underneath that white wing. Then to tie in the lilac, I'm going to take that Can Can shade, and I'm going to dust that right along the edge. So now I'm going to highlight my inner corner, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I've got this sort of mint green highlight on the inner corner. So I'm going to use Sugarpill's Lumi Pigment, and I'm taking that on a Zoeva 230 brush. And I love these pigments because you get so much product, and they're not even that expensive. They're really, really nice. They're really versatile as well. So I'm just placing that on the inner corner mainly, and then when I've got a little bit less product on my brush, I'm tapping it up into that Can Can shade that we place in our crease. I'm also going to take a little bit of that and then run it along, and run it just underneath where I've laid that pink in the inner corner. So now I'm just going to stick the little confetti heart underneath my eye. So I'm just taking a small eyeliner brush, and I'm dipping it into my lip adhesive. I'm just getting a small amount of that adhesive on the brush, and then I'm going to line it up underneath my eye with where I've placed the other one. Now I've just got the confetti heart on my finger, and I'm just going to press that into place. So once the confetti heart is on the other eye, I'm just going to apply some mascara to my bottom lashes, and I'm not going to build it up too much because I still want the pink to be really visible. So now I'm going to move on to my lips, and I'm still undecided on what to do. Okay, so you can probably tell, but I tried like a bright pink and it was just too much. So I'm just gonna do like a really bare nude, very Kim KW. Obviously this isn't a Kim KW, whatever. So I'm just lining my lips with this Kiko lip liner in the shade, I don't know, does it have a shade? 504. And I think this was like £2.50. Crazy. And now I'm just going to fill my lips in. So the colour I'm going to use, because I want to create that really nude lip, is Naked. And this is by Illamasqua. So it's just a very nude brown. Okay guys, that is the finished look. I hope you loved this video as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. I know I do a lot of dramatic looks on my channel, but that is just me. And you know, you just gotta accept the real me. If you do want some more natural looks, please let me know in the comments down below. Also let me know any looks you want me to create. I love seeing your recommendations. You can also follow me on my Twitter and my Instagram as well as Snapchat. I will pop them all in the description box for you, but they are all just Makeup by Delite, so they are the same as my YouTube handle. If you love this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click the bell icon, and that will make sure that you get notifications every time I post a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!